الله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يحل لكم أن ترثوا النساء كرها ولا تعضلوهن لتذهبوا ببعض ما آتيتموهن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة وعاشروهن بالمعروف فإن كرهتموهن فعسى أن تكرهوا شيئا ويجعل الله فيه خيرا كثيرا. صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا, O you people who have believed, لا يحل لكم, it is not permissible or lawful for you, أن ترثوا النساء كرها, that you take women as inheritance forcibly. So before Islam, especially in Arab, the norm was that na'uzu billah, women were also considered a property. Women were also considered a property, an asset. Just like inheritance would be divided, women will also be divided. After their husband would pass away or their father would pass away, na'uzu billah, they would be divided as a matter of property. And those were days of such ignorance that even a son of a dead person from another wife would marry the woman left behind, which was his mother basically. So even those shameful things would happen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this surah particularly has quelled many of those things of ignorance, this one being another one landmark ruling of Islam, that women are not part of inheritance. Women are not a property of men. Women are not a property of men. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la yahillu lakum an tarithu an-nisaa karha. It is not permissible for you to take women as inheritance karha. Karha is basically forcibly. That does not mean that if they want to become your property, na'uzu billah, without ikrah, without displeasure, then it is permissible. No. In the particular aspect of when a man passes away and leaves behind a widow, then she cannot be forcibly married to a man, an inheritor of the deceased. If she pleasingly gives herself in nikah to one of the other men that have been left behind, then if it is also permissible from in the light of Sharia, then it is possible. So this is the meaning of adding karha here. وَلَا تَعْضُلُوهُنَّ لِتَذْهَبُوا بِبَعْضِ مَا آتَيْتُمُوهُنَّ إِلَّا أَن يَأْتِينَ بِفَاحِشَةٍ مُبَيِّنَةٍ. Do not hold on to them so that you may take away some of what you have given them, unless they commit a clearly shameful act. So you should understand that there was three prevalent ways of cruelty to women after their husband would have passed away. One was that they would be considered a property, na'uzu billah, and the inheritors, one of the inheritors would marry her, perform nikah with her without her will, or give her into the nikah of someone else without her will, or if they were not pleased with her, if they did not like her, then, and nobody liked her from the inheritors, then what would they do? That whatever wealth she would have, that wealth and that woman, they would forcibly capture it and keep her confined, and either take that wealth away from her unjustly, or wait for her to die, na'uzu billah, in confinement, so that when she passes away, her assets could be taken over by them, na'uzu billah. And the other way of injustice was that, for example, a man and women are married, a man and woman is married, and the husband for some petty reason does not like their wife, but they have given, for example, mahar or any gifts, other gifts to that woman. Now they want to leave that woman, but they want to get that wealth back from her. So what they would do in the days of ignorance, they would maintain no relationship of husband and wife with that woman, and keep her confined, not free her through talaq or divorce either, and not maintain that relationship. So make her life, na'uzubillah, living hell, and not let her go either, until she would get an impression that if I return back those gifts or that money to this man, he will let me go. So that was another way of cruelty done to women. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَلَا تَعْضُلُوهُنَّ لِتَذْهَبُوا بِبَعْضِ مَا آتَيْتُمُوهُنَّ. You cannot do that. You cannot hold on to them so that you may take away some of what you have given them. So this applies to all those situations. إِلَّا أَن يَأْتِينَ بِفَاحِشَةٍ مُبَيِّنَةٍ. Unless they commit a clearly shameful act. So Hazrat Mufassirin have given three meanings of this clearly shameful act. One is that shameful act that all of us think about when something shameful is, when this word is used, fahisha, something adultery or fornication. The other is, there's two other meanings to this. One is express disobedience to the husband. Express disobedience to the husband. Or the third is doing something, talking, being insolent to the husband. Excessively insolent, disrespectful to the husband. When either of these three things happen, then Islam has given men a right that divorce can be based on returning of what the man has given, right? So they can gain their freedom because they have committed a fault. They have committed a fault. To compensate for that fault, Sharia has given provisions where the woman will return the mahar in some cases, which is khula basically, or give up her mahar, or return some of the gifts that were given by the husband, and in lieu of that get a divorce. وَعَاشِرُوهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. So do not do that except in these three situations. So don't do it in petty matters, or if you don't like a woman, for example, you are not attracted to her, right? These three things do not talk about somebody being attracted or not attracting to someone. This is بِفَاحِشَةٍ مُبَيِّنَةٍ, when they've done a very openly shameful act, the detail of which I explained. Even only in those cases this can happen. Otherwise, just because of petty matters, or because you just don't like them, or because you like someone else more in your life, you cannot do this to your wife. وَعَاشِرُوهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. Live with them in the recognized manner, in a good manner, in a decent manner. فَإِن كَرِهْتُمُوهُنَّ. And if you dislike them, فَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَيَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ فِيهِ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. Remind yourself that it is quite likely that you dislike something, and Allah has put in that thing a lot of khair, a lot of goodness. So you, out of your imperfect thinking and logic and knowledge, you may dislike them, you may not be physically attracted to them, or you may be intellectually not attracted to them, but remind yourself that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you may dislike something, but it is often the case that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put great goodness in that thing. The example Hazrat Mufassirin have written here is that it may be possible that you do not like your wife, but Allah has decided that He will give you great children through that wife. Children of great qualities. They will become ulama, they will become mujaddideen, they will become great people through that wife. Or it may happen that through their wife, you live with her, tolerating her shortcomings, and that becomes a great source of goodness for you in the hereafter. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards you a lot for living your life like that. Or another example is that she bears a child, and then that child passes away in young age and becomes a source of maghfirah and forgiveness for you in the hereafter. So there's so many goodness that you cannot see that Allah may have put within them, even if you don't like them. So if you just don't like something, or you don't like a woman, don't go to the extreme, and don't try to find ways to divorce them and get back what you've given them. So yeah, the next 2 or 3 ayat also are connected with this, but inshallah we'll do this tomorrow separately. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursaleen. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Rabbi ighfir warham wa anta khairur rahimin. Ya Allah, please make us among the people of Quran who are your very special and dear to you. اللهم اجعلنا من أهل القرآن الذي أهلك وخاصتك. صلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.